Yeah, when you wrote about this in Newsweek back on May 17th, you kind of laid out the case and basically saying prosecution's about the rest of its case, and we don't even know for sure what the actual black letter legal case is. Yeah. So as we sit here tonight, we're going to have no jury forms on this verdict. Do we have any idea what that other crime was, supposedly, that took this from a misdemeanor where the statute of limitations had run to Alvin Bragg doing copy-paste 34 times to turn this into a felony? Do we even know what the other crime is, even as we sit here tonight?
Yes, kind of, is the best way I can answer that question. So, it's crazy, right? I'm a lawyer by background. I'm still barred in Texas. I live in Florida. I speak at law schools all the time across the country, actually. I've still published some legal scholarship here and there. And I host two shows, one of which, America on Trial, is literally a daily legal lawfare show where I cover the trials every single day. And I literally did not know what the prosecution's theory of the case was. I don't think the world knew what their actual theory of the case was until we actually received the jury instructions last week. That was literally the first time that we actually saw their theory played out. Yeah. So if I understand it correctly, here's what it is. So you have those 34 underlying New York State fraudulent bookkeeping misdemeanor charges. Those are misdemeanors against the Trump organization and Trump, by extension, as an individual. But then they say that it was done in furtherance of a New York State campaign finance law violation in the first degree. And then you look at what New York State, how they define what a New York State campaign finance law in the first degree violation is. And that's when they say that it is a conspiracy to then commit campaign finance fraud via unlawful means. So the unlawful means then is the third hole down this ever-extending rabbit hole. We went from fraudulent bookkeeping to New York State campaign finance law, then to the unlawful means. And it is that third part, the unlawful means, where Judge Merchan infamously said the jury could essentially split 4-4-4 among the 12 of them as to what the unlawful means were. They spat out three possible theories for us. One is that the unlawful means were a federal campaign finance law violation, which, by the way, the prosecutor does not even have jurisdiction to bring that. He's a local prosecutor. Then the two other crimes, which are state crimes, is a tax law violation. Personally, I'm not even sure how that actually works. I'm not really entirely sure what the actual tax law violation even is here. And then the third possible unlawful means was an additional fraudulent bookkeeping charge. So it's kind of circular logic there. So look, the whole thing is ludicrous. I mean, there are numerous glaring constitutional problems here. There's a due process clause problem. There's a glaring Sixth Amendment problem as well when it comes to Donald Trump as a criminal defendant. This thing's ultimately going to get vindicated at some form or some stage. But for now, it is obviously a travesty, the likes of which I've never seen in my lifetime.